And I fucked up, damn it. I started the stream about a minute ago, but I forgot to hit go live. I say her talking. I'm like, why isn't the page uploading? And that time I played the intro right and everything, just like I wanted. This time I hit go live and I don't hit the intro right. I figures. How is everyone? Let's see. Hey, Princess, Heather, Christy. Esso, Straysky, Minette, Beth. Hey, CNC Podcast, Sunny D. What's up? No bad ones. Oh, they're always good, man. Only good ones. I don't know. I just couldn't sleep. So everyone else here is asleep. So I thought, well, screw it. I'm going to live. I haven't done a live like this time before, anyways. I imagine there's some people who might maybe watch me where this isn't a crazy time for them. So I don't know. Oh yeah, that's because I was recording earlier and stuff. So I was going to go wash my makeup off and go to sleep. I'm like, you know what? No, I haven't done a live stream in a couple days. So, hey, the Jenny Jump. Hey, I can't sleep either. Days and nights mixed up. Yeah. It happens, man. It happens. Especially this time of year. I don't know. Because I feel like it's getting it stays dark. Oh, damn it. I can't do it. I can't. Fucking fake eyelash keeps sticking to the other one because they're magnetic. It's driving me nuts. Not a fan. Okay. Oh, not a fan of what, the mushrooms? That'd be nuts. Why wouldn't you be a fan of that? Damn it. Never fails. As soon as I sit down, I know it starts running. Oops. I accidentally kicked myself out. All right, totally clueless. What's up? Kristen, not a fan of KJ. Yeah, so I was reading some of her tweets earlier. Oh, it's Saturday night, New Zealand. See, there you go. It's not 4 a.m. everywhere. Shit, what do I do with it now? No, not iTunes. Oh, I hate it when I can't see my toolbar. That's what she said. I was a little late on that one, I think. All right. Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't download it. There's something I seen that she'd said that kind of stuck out to me, but it tells you if good news regarding the request. Well, yes and no. My request is being fulfilled, so I did not hear back. Sorry, we cannot fulfill your request for X reason, Y reason, or whatever. So there's that. Yeah, so they came back with a much more reasonable fee than the first one they gave after I limited the parameters. So definitely affordable, because you have to pay them because they have to, I guess, find each of these entries or whatever, then put them together. I guess it takes time. I don't know. I just figured it was all electronic, but I guess not. So, yeah, because my first request was so vague that it would have cost like $500. And I was like, oh yeah, no, let's not do that. So how about we just limit it to this? And then they're like, they wrote me back. They're like, yeah, okay, that'll be about $1. I'm like, okay, cool, we'll do that one. So it's definitely being fulfilled. It's been passed along to the records department, and I'm just waiting now. So I should have it by Monday. I thought I was going to have it today. I really thought I was going to have it today, but I'm guessing now by Monday. But It's almost done. So good news, though. I have ice cream. Oh, I meant to eat some earlier. I forgot. I think I might eat some ice cream when I'm done. Actually, I might end the stream now and go get. No, I'm kidding. All right, so I did want to. Let's try this. It's over here. Oh, that's right. How? Hair in my mouth. All right. I did not catch her live stream earlier, but I did see that Llama Girl put it up on Twitter. So shout out to you, Llama Girl. I'll put a link to her Twitter page in the description when I'm done. Oh wait, that's right. It's a new account. That's not her. No. Oh, Ellie. Okay. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh. Why is it new? Oh my god, it's pissing me off. So I thought we could watch some of her live stream from earlier because, like I said, I didn't watch it, and I've been reading some interesting shit about it, like on the subreddit and the Discord and shit. So it looks like maybe missed some shit. Had ice cream with pineapple last night. Yeah. Is this the FBI thing? Such BS. Maybe. 3 a.m. I toss. Oh right, yeah. Oh, I toss and turn so much. I'm now eating ice cream, scrolling TikTok. Oh, when you got your notification. Oh, okay, I missed that part earlier. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Tammy. Hey, Roxy. So I don't know. I thought I could just play like Llama Girl. She records her lives, or this was a YouTube live actually. So it's probably still up on YouTube. But she breaks them up into little clips though, and then puts them up on Twitter. So I think that definitely saves time for me, anyways. No, 2 bowls is not enough, or it's not too much. Never. So where's the first one? Oh, what's going on? Oh, wow. Good for you, Llama Girl. I'm gonna share your screen and read your comment or your tweet. KJ, I know you stalk me, so I know you will see this. Donate all the money you have earned since you started doing videos about Gabby. Night after night, you are doing lives exploiting her. Donate all. Good for you. It'd be nice if she did, but she's not gonna. You just know she's not. Here, put that there. All right, so videos. I'm going to start from the beginning because I think she does like the first ones first, the beginning first. Oh, yeah, she do tonight. Oh. Wow. There's a lot of them. Damn, Mama Girl, where to start? Okay. Such a busy day. Incredibly busy. You are just busy reading tabloid papers and real journalist work. Reading everything out. I have 2 big cases that are being followed on this channel. Huh. Oh, is Katie saying that there are 2 big cases that are following along on her channel? What? No way. All right, I'm gonna play this.
Good evening, everyone. How is everyone? Good evening. It's Friday night. Welcome to my channel. It is Friday, September 24th. It's been a very busy day here. We've had a very busy, it's been incredibly busy. I have two big cases that are being followed on this channel. One, Josh Duggar, and there was 5 court filings, and I only got to 2 today. So there was some stuff that came out in one of the filings about some hands and admitting that hands were found on his phone. And then we got to a second court filing where he made some accusations against a former employee. And so we'll have more Josh Duggar content coming up for those of you that are following that case as well. They have a hearing on Monday, which I'm not attending, and we will see how everything plays out with that. Tonight's going to be more details about what is going on with the Gabby Petito situation or the case, and then details about Brian Laundrie. And something that we haven't spent a ton of time on in this story is talking about Brian's and Gabby's relationship. And we only saw like that one incident, right, on August 12th, where
she's not going to try to analyze their relationship, is she?
And when the missing persons case went out, I don't know if you guys remember this, like last week, like Gabby's dad was saying that, police had told him or asked the family not to talk about Gabby and Brian's relationship, which I was like, well, that's weird. And I was like, why wouldn't they be able to talk about their relationship? Is there some
And I've been sitting here mute, that figures. But I'm not muted now. There. All I was saying was, damn it, I can't get this sharing thing to work right. I can't exit it properly. It sucks. That's seriously all I said. So, yeah, all right. She doesn't really say much there in the beginning, I guess.
I was like, why wouldn't they be able to talk about their relationship? Is there something that we don't know? And I was like, well, interesting, right? So why wouldn't they want us to talk about the relationship? Well, they haven't really talked about the relationship. Gabby's dad was on Dr. Phil. And even when he was on Dr. Phil, he didn't have a lot to say about Brian. And every time he's had an opportunity to talk about Brian, he hasn't really said a lot. He really just says that he doesn't like Gabby's boyfriends. Now, when you talk to Gabby's friends, it doesn't sound like Gabby has a lot of doesn't sound like Gabby has had a lot of boyfriends. In fact, it sounds like Brian and Gabby dated on and off all throughout most of her high school. And then shortly after she graduated, they got back together and had been together ever since. So they'd been together on and off for a long time. And their friends described it as a hot and cold relationship where things would be really good and then really bad. And maybe immature. Immature was another word I saw being thrown around. So a lot of people have been drawn to this case because Gabby was a 22-year-old girl, and she had a very bright future ahead of her. they were documenting their travels through Instagram and on YouTube. You know, I don't even know that it's fair to call her a YouTuber because I only saw one video of hers on YouTube. I don't know if they
She did
deleted
not.
any of those
She did not
things.
just say that.
She was likely trying to aspire to be a YouTuber, which is fantastic. But I only saw the one video. I don't know if they had other stuff on there that maybe got deleted, but there was only the one video on there. But they were for sure documenting it on their Instagrams. So I think a lot of people have had interest in the story. And then, you know, I think there's just been this dynamic about this relationship.
Oh my God, she's such a bitch. She just said, I don't know if you can call her a YouTuber. She only put one video up. Wow, I'd call her. All right, I'm going to shut up. What am I missing here in chat? Let's see. They kicked her from the Zoom hearing then. Somewhere. Huh, I don't know, Roxy. That's a good idea. Roxy says, exactly. I saw one of her lives. She asked for all questions to remain at the end. I'm over here like, I wonder where she got that idea from. She really leave EDB in her tab for credits. That's funny. Oh, you're talking about, okay, all right, that Zoom meeting, all right. But there's nothing out that I've heard to say anything was wrong until the police stopped them. I have no idea what you're talking about now. All right, I'm going to play the next clip. I think it was a plane. Number 3, right? 1, 2, 3.
We've been trying to dissect what happened because
this
was a situation where two people were putting everything out online and they made it seem like they had the best relationship ever, that they were happy, that everything was fantastic. Lots of photographs of them smiling and kissing and meditating and yoga and hiking and really this whimsical, fantastical life, right? And, you know, they always say that on social media, people put out the highlights or their best highlights reel. Now, some people will put everything out there. They will talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the messy. Other people will have more, I just want you guys to see the perfect, right? So that's kind of what we saw on Gabby's Instagram. So when you see what's going on and then she's missing and then he's gone, you're like, well, why did this happen? And I see you guys asking a lot of questions about what happened today, and we will get there at the end of this video. So if you have questions, hold those as best as possible for the end. I'm going to try on this stream to stick very straight to the story, so I'm not jumping all over a place.
What
so
story?
I'm not interrupting. So if I don't answer your questions in chat, that's why. But I will get to what happened today after we talk about this interview with her friend. Okay, so her best friend basically...
Oh, did that stop? Okay. No, not yet. It's so hard to tell sometimes with her videos.
So her best friend spoke with People magazine. And I saw this article and I was like, this is interesting.
Okay. Let me check chat here. She answers a question 10 seconds after she says that. I know, Steve. I know. I I do have insomnia. Well, tonight I have insomnia. I ended up being on the phone hours ago for a couple hours. Then I hung up with that phone call. I was gonna do a live stream, but then I ended up in another phone call with somebody else for like 3 hours. That was unexpected. And I just got off that phone call not too long ago, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna stream. So sorry. Blame everyone that talked to me tonight. It's not my fault. That's a little my fault. And okay, I already read that one. What else? Could what she is saying spread a false narrative? She is not the FBI and should leave it well alone. Yeah, she should. She should. I mean, and I think it would be much more respectful to the family. I mean, what is it? She put a couple of tweets up, I guess. What was an Instagram post? She said, Gabby's dad announces the wake or whatever, her funeral, like he was. I don't know. It just made it sound like, let me announce the date, save the date, sort of thing. Here's we're announcing our wedding date. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me. How she worded it. And then the other one I commented on Facebook, or I mean on Twitter. She said, actually I can pull it up. Actually, I'm gonna play this clip and I'll go find it.
They had a jealous and toxic relationship. Okay. And apparently she says, at times it just seemed like he was jealous. Honestly, it seemed like a jealousy problem, which I understood because you look at Brian and then you look at Gabby and you're like, Gabby, you could have anyone in this entire world. I think the implication being that Gabby was better looking than Brian. And you guys, I don't know, like they're both good looking people. I don't like Brian now, but I wouldn't have said before yesterday or before this all happened that he wasn't a good looking guy. He did have jealousy issues, and that was apparent. She said, I mean, that you could see right through. You can see right through it after you hang out with them just a few times. So she talked about how they had, let's see. She talked about the very first time that she met Brian. And she said that she told her mother that he was weird. And I said something is a little bit off about him. I don't know what. It was the first thing I said. My mom said that to me when she went missing. She was like, didn't you say he was weird? She says that her opinion of Laundry is that he's a sociopath who's adept at lying. She said Petito would often talk to her about the blowout arguments and tense fights she'd had with Laundry. She says that over the course of their 2-year friendship, Petito often came to her home after arguments with Laundry. I think it's really interesting that she would call him a sociopath. In another interview with the Daily Mail, she talked about how he seemed to have these episodes where he would be up all night and he'd be acting kind of like he was hearing things and seeing things.
I probably, I don't know. I probably said that about 100 people. I mean, in my lifetime, or even in a week when I was a teenager. I mean, everyone was sociopath or some other disparaging name. I'm thinking he must have been good at hiding it. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, for him to fool like so many people, for him to I mean, he seemed to, no one's really speaking out against it, saying that he hit her, like there are signs of abuse, there are signs of this or whatever. There's just been like bad feelings or whatever. And so how was he able to hide it for this long? This is what I want to know. I mean, obviously he did. There's no doubt about that, but I want to know how. That's what I'm curious about. Yeah. Well, totally clueless. I mean, did she sell the story? I mean, I don't know. Like usually tabloids, like even tabloids like that, if it's a news story, they don't pay. And people, I don't know. People's not like the New York Times here or anything, so I don't know how it works there. I could be wrong. Where'd they go? All right. Okay. A couple screenshot images I've seen. Come on. Okay. This one I want to was this one that was on Rakin's account? Yeah. I want to thank Rakin for this screenshot. But she's talking about being swatted. Someone, I guess, on her Instagram didn't know what it was. So Katie says, when someone calls in a bunk report that is of serious nature, then police arrive and it can get the people at the home of the call harmed by police. And down here, someone said, I don't know, but that definitely didn't look like the SWAT team. Doesn't have to be a SWAT team. The goal of the swatter is to call in a dangerous threat, resulting in police storming the victim's home, leading to their death. Well, okay, let's say that that's true. Where was the dangerous threat that was called into police if they said that Brian was hiding in her house? Where was the dangerous threat? I mean, a call just came in saying that, hey, this guy that you really want to find because he's a great, big, huge person of interest, he's hiding out in this home. There's no threat there. I don't understand the threat. I mean, is it just me? Who got a new channel? Critical K got a new channel? No way. That's hilarious. She's definitely been investigating her new path. Oh, okay. Oh my God. You're welcome, VVLCR. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know if she's in here or not. I gotta put a thank you out to Mrs. Roadhog. She bought me a coffee. So if you're listening, thank you. I'll say thank you to in a more reasonable hour planned stream. But in case you're here, I've been trying hard to get. Oh, I know, to get Gabby's dad's attention. I know. That brings me to this one. Pretty sure that she had gotten Gabby's dad's attention, and then she put this up, which I thought was just wow. This is obscene. There are thousands of missing people that haven't been given a fraction of this funding. Ryan is a person of interest in a homicide, but at some point the taxpayers have a right to say enough is enough. Stop wasting our money. Well, isn't that nice of Katie? Katie was so polite and so kind as to let them know that they're wasting their money. They're wasting our money. They're wasting taxpayers' money trying to find someone who possibly, or at least has answers to about the death of this girl. And like I said on Twitter, at this point, Gabby has become someone that the nation has grown to love and mourn at the same time because we've just gotten to know her. So either Katie doesn't really know what it's like to have loved ones to love like that, or she just really doesn't give a shit about Gabby here. I don't know. But for her to call this a waste of money and to want it to stop, I mean, just wow, it's very insensitive. Putting it mildly, but still. Okay, I see. All right. Am I in live chat? I am. All right. I didn't watch the whole video, but looked after hearing she was back and she was adamant that her sources say he's in. Whose sources? Mermaid, whose source? Are you talking Critical K? Critical K saying she has sources on this? Oh man, it's gonna be funny. All right.
Gabby would like come to her house for days at a time after fights with Brian, not wanting to go home or not wanting to be there with him. So she said, I tried not to judge their relationship, but I knew something was off. I didn't expect this, obviously. I just thought he was just controlling. And bit by bit, she was almost, the more we were hanging out and the more she was away from the relationship, the more she got comfortable and was getting into her own skin. And then she started working. So she was.
Oh, wait a minute. Someone, looking at the chat here, Roxy says, report CK's new channel and YouTube will take it down as it's breaking terms of service. I don't care either way on her. Just saying that's for what terms of service is she breaking? Is it, you mean like, I mean, did YouTube tell her that she can't like ever have another channel or whatever? I'm unaware of this terms of service. And I feel like I should be aware of it. Does anyone know the name of her channel? I suppose I can just type in Critical K, but I'm guessing she named it something different. I mean, Critical K wasn't exactly the best name. I would have wanted to name it something different if I were her. Yes, once they've been removed, they are not allowed back on the channel in any form. Interesting. Critical K Live. She didn't change it. Wow. Okay. She's ban evaded. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to playing this. I'm gonna look for it.
Young when she started dating him. She also detailed to the Daily Mail that at some point in time.
Wait, no way. Did she really name it Critical K Live? Like, is it really what she fucking named it? You're pulling my leg, right? I can't. Oh my god! Like, it seems like Katie Joy might have been the first to call that little girl there a brat. I think Critical K did. Seems Katie Joy first made a second channel. Well, Critical K kind of had to make another channel. I'll get okay, fine. But then Katie Joy named hers Katie Joy Live, and then Critical K names hers Critical K Live. Get out of here! Oh my god, it's too funny.
She was supposed to go out for a ladies' night with Gabby, and they were going to go line dancing, and he took her ID. So Gabby couldn't get into the bar to go dancing with her friends.
Holy shit, she didn't name it that.
He didn't want Gabby to go out. He didn't want Gabby to go anywhere. So she also said this, which I thought was like, whoa, taking her ID, that's ridiculous. But it was this part right here that really got to me. According to Davis, Petito had been working 50 hours a week at a local Taco Bell prior to the couple's trek, which began in early July. She says Laundrie did not want Petito working after the two had quit their jobs at a nearby Publix with the pandemic's onset. She said he could keep an eye on her at Publix. He didn't want her to work, and she did. Like, what boyfriend doesn't want their girlfriend to have a job? Like, how are you going to live? And he was mad about it.
Is she kidding?
And he always tried to get what he wanted, and he did, because he wanted the van life, and he rushed because he wanted and he did. How are you going to live?
Damn it.
He didn't want her to work, and she did. Like, what boyfriend doesn't want their girlfriend to have a job? Like, how are you going to live?
A lot of
He was
boyfriends.
mad about it. And he always tried to get what he wanted, and he did, because he wanted the van life, and he rushed to that so that she wasn't able to work anymore. So he doesn't want her to work. It's his idea to do the van life.
Okay. I mean, lots of I think I get what she's saying. I think she's trying to say, like, what boyfriend who wants to be a lazy piece of shit and play video games all day doesn't tell his girlfriend to go out and get a job and work, bring home the money. I think that's where her mind is going with that. But that's the only place her mind is going. I mean, there's other reasons why a boyfriend would not. I mean, and by I hate to use the term overprotective because that's not protection. You're not, but that's the term I grew up with it being called was overprotective. Overbearing, abusive, domineering. There's a lot of them don't want their partner to work because it's potential for their partner to realize what a piece of shit they're with. Wow. Yeah, it is Critical K Live. I found it. That's actually the name of her. Jesus Christ. How? I mean, I know she's probably not a huge Katie Joy watcher or follower, but how does somebody else not point this out to you by now? I mean, how long's her channel been up for? All right, a good day, it looks like. Oh, no, wait a minute. It says here that the channel joined in 2018, but still. Wait, has it always been called the Critical K Live? Or did she just change it? I want to know what live came first, the Katie Joy or the Critical K? Wow, this is the shit I'm thinking about. Wow. Yeah. You knew it wouldn't stay too peaceful for long or for too long, and you knew CK would jump on the money. I know. She like I'm in her I think it's her Facebook group, but I have a SAC account in a couple of her groups. And the one about Gabby, I mean, just her posting her comments and everything in there, it's like it's like you can almost see it itching. She's itching to get out and start talking about it. And with her, I don't even think it's just about the money. I think she's itching to get out and think she's a contributing or domineering voice in the matter, you know? Whatever. Yeah, I know. I'm sure a lot of creators do that. Um, I don't know, man. Just if I did that, the first place my mind would go is like, holy shit, it looks like I'm copying Katie. And whether or not a lot of people on YouTube do it, I'm gonna think like, holy shit, the people who watch me are gonna think I'm copying Katie. So it's just funny that she didn't. Yeah, I think a lot of creators do have a second channel. Maybe I don't want to start one though. I don't think I'm in any danger of getting kicked off it right now, anyways. But in fact, I really thought that when Katie did, I thought that was a very smart idea because it seemed at the time when she first created it that she was going to keep her without a crystal ball channel for like all without a crystal ball content, not Katie drama related content. And then she's going to save the Katie drama related content for her live channel. But she didn't do that. So, but I thought that was a very smart idea. Okay.
Serena Davis Laundrie wasn't supportive of her social media aspirations to chronicle their travels and offered road trip hacks. This, she believes, is a sign of domestic abuse. She says that she did recognize Gabby's version of, like, the version of Petito that was crying in that video. She said that she saw that in Gabby herself. She said, I've seen her like that, and it's always the same situation, and she always defends him. But she was getting so much more comfortable with me. And I swear this is why he rushed the van life trip, because he knew that I gave her a safe space. She would come to my house when I wasn't even there and stay there for hours. So I was watching Rose's Instagram, and she has shared several videos, and I didn't screen record them. I apologize for that. But there was this video where she shared it, and Gabby had been at her house, and Gabby was like, she's like, yo, I just got home from work, and Gabby's already here. So she's like at work. Gabby is at her house when she's not at home. And Gabby like brought over a bunch of treats for her friend so that she didn't have to be at home with her boyfriend. And if you think about it this way, she like lives with her boyfriend and his parents. So if you don't want to be at home with your boyfriend, you don't want to be at home with his parents, you don't want to be in your home, you don't feel safe, and like you have a friend that wants to help you and he doesn't like the opposition, because if she spends time with Rose, she's going to hear from Rose that maybe she could do better, maybe she could not have to put up with this crap, maybe she doesn't deserve the kind of things that he's doing to her. And I was thinking about this because I was like, okay.
Okay, I want to go right to the next clip. I want to see where she's going with that.
Feel like it is normal to want space from your partner. But she said that she would go to her house after blowout fights specifically and spend a lot of time with her, and that he would get mad if he spent time away from her and he didn't want her working and he didn't, so what does someone that's a DV person do? They like to isolate. I think they like to remove you from the situation. So in so many situations like this, you see men that want full control. So she doesn't want her working. So what, they go on this van life trip. I was looking at this photo of Gabby.
That's my biggest complaint, and it sticks out every time she does this. Whenever she covers these stories, she always sticks to it being one gender that's the perpetrator, one gender that's the victim, and it's not. Especially when it comes to like verbal or emotional abuse. I mean, there's just as many female perpetrators as men. I mean, it's just common sense.
That she drew. And I thought this was interesting because it's from her Instagram. And I don't know if you can, let me see if I can flip this. On this over here, it actually says that she doesn't want to, I don't want to go outside. I like my bed. Like, I don't want to go outside. So she says on here, I don't want to go outside. The inner workings of my mind. Not now, I'm busy sleeping. And I thought when I saw this, maybe she liked the outside, but maybe she didn't like the outside as much as Brian. Maybe she didn't like the outside as much as he did, and she went along with this because it was like what he wanted. Yeah, I was trying to think of myself in a van life, and I wouldn't be able to do it. It would be way too crowded.
Oh my God,
It would be way too on top of each other.
20 something? Oh, I would have been able to do that. See, and that's the thing. Think about when you were like at that age. Okay. Her saying, I don't want to be outside. I mean, obviously, outside doesn't mean just like standing outside. She's not shying away from outside in that picture because she doesn't want the sun to touch her. You know, it's not the point of being outside. It sounds to me like it's the point of being seen by people, which that can happen inside. I mean, but it's referred to as outside because when you're in your home, then you're in, you know? I mean, I don't see how she doesn't get that.
While on the road, determined they needed to have some sort of money coming in because they can't just spend money hand over fist, right? They need to have some sort of income coming in, residual of some sort. And the best way when you're doing the van life is to do it through content, through a blog, through your Instagram, through YouTube videos, so that you can still enjoy being outside, but you don't have to be stuck to a 9-to-5 job. But he didn't even support that. It's almost like he wanted Gabby all to himself. And I think she didn't want that. So she might have started to see his true nature for sure. So I thought it was interesting as we were going through all of this stuff because I hadn't seen a lot. Her parents had not said a lot, and is that a pulse flatlining across the bottom of her picture? No, that was not a pulse flatlining. It was an arrow.
I didn't understand that question. Oh.
And it looks like it was waves, like waves going into the ground. Okay. So
Hey, John. Hey, Feel the Love.
There's been no
hey, Pearl Girl.
confirmation that she's pregnant. That's a rumor.
Just Jeanette.
That's fake news. Yes, exactly. So I think at the end of the day, this case for a lot of people just reminds them of either they were Gabby or they had a friend like Gabby or they dated someone like Brian and they were in a relationship like this where they had a man that was very controlling and very abusive. And
all right, so am I still muted? Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I saw someone was commenting on the where is it? A SWAT team would arrive if reported her husband had a gun to her head. Yeah, and the fact that she was calling this on Instagram swatting, she was swatted, and then she gives a definition of what swatted is you call in a fake call, but she called it a dangerous and threatening, like you're calling cops into a dangerous and threatening situation or something, making them believe that that's what they're walking into. Well, what was so dangerous and threatening about some dude hiding out in her house, just being at her house? I mean, that's what the call was. And even then, and now I even think so. John Brian isn't like named or being named as a suspect or a likely, person who the FBI thinks is responsible. They do think that he is definitely a person with question or with answers and a person of interest, and they think that he's more than likely involved. But hubby and I backpacked everywhere when we were young. Oh, that's awesome. We even took our 2 children with us as babies. Stayed in a tent too. We did it for years and years as they grew up. Oh, that is awesome. All right.
that have been in a relationship like that it's a reminder that, like, at least for me, I got out of that relationship and got therapy. Thank the Lord. I don't even like thank the Lord, and I don't even believe in God, you guys. But that was like the best thing for me was going into therapy. And for me, it's been this stark reminder that there are so many people, men and women, that don't get out. That the only way out is what happened to Gabby. And it's a part of DV that is so scary and such an awful reality. So I think this is going to open a much larger dialogue about DV, about relationships. And I wanted to sort of caveat into this because Gabby's parents say that they are planning to start a foundation. I don't know what the foundation is going to entail, but her funeral is going to be on Sunday.
Why is she?
And it says, in lieu of flowers for the service, please send donations for the future Gabby Petito Foundation through Johnny Mac Foundation. We thank you all for your support.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking she should have found this out before she started talking about it. Or
Gabby's family friends was on News Nation last night. Family friend, her name was Maya. I can't remember her last name. She referred to Brian Laundrie as the evil one. She said, the evil one. I don't even want to say his name, she said. And she mentioned that if the silver lining of all of this is that there are a lot of aspects in relationships that we all miss. There's red flags.
Okay. So I'm going to share this quick. I share this on Twitter too. But a friend of mine messaged me this morning and brought up a good point, an excellent point, something that I can't believe that myself and others really haven't thought about, or at least expressed that they thought about it yet. She said, "Oh my God, with a camera in Katie's face all the time, why would she not record the police coming to accuse her of hiding the most wanted man in the U.S. currently?" It's true. I mean, she has those ring cams or whatever too. She says, I believe someone even like sent her some cameras too, or whatever. So she has cameras, and I get it. Maybe she doesn't want to violate the police or something, their privacy, even though they don't. It's completely legal to share this, but even if she wanted to just be about like more nice than she needed to be, okay. I can't believe she hasn't shared the audio. Unless this just didn't happen. I don't know. I'm curious. Yeah, beware of fake GoFundMe's. Make sure you check them out first. And that's true too. Because someone replied, or first let me finish that thought. Like on Facebook when I was really active in the vaccine community and everything there was always GoFundMe's. They were everywhere. And they were for all kinds of reasons. Like help me afford a lawyer to take my ex to court, help me fight this mandate, help me be able to afford to homeschool my kids because, I don't want to vaccinate them. All kinds of reasons. I'm sure that there were some that were probably legit, but they were everywhere. I mean, I don't know. I feel like whenever I see GoFundMe, I just scam is the first thing that comes to my mind. Now, I don't doubt that her family does have a foundation or something set up, and that's great. And when I'm done with the stream, I'll look it up and everything. Or if someone knows it, they want to send me a link, I'll share it. But it's true. There's so many fake ones out there. Someone replied to one of Katie's earlier tweets that we should be teaching both our sons and our daughters to teach each other well and accept nothing less. Katie's retweets her comment and says, Vic, get out. Oh, let me go to the next video and then I'm going to look that up. Oh, wait, shoot.
Today also was this is true. A lot of young people don't notice because they don't know the signs. Exactly. I didn't know the signs until I went through therapy, y'all. Okay. So today also was incredibly interesting because there was a lot of commotion outside of Brian Laundrie's house. The cops showed up, like surrounding the house, walking around. They were only there for a few minutes. They swooped in and swooped out, very short. And apparently somebody had reported that there were gunshots in the area. So the Northport PD says they received a report of gunshots in the area of Brian Laundrie's home from unknown. No injuries were reported. Right now, no evidence any shots were actually fired in the area.
Why is that newsworthy?
And no reports from large contingency of media who were standing outside the home either.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have the video of the I was there. So there was also today one of the neighbors. So that was like a false report. And apparently, don't do that. It's almost like a swatting. And then this was News Nation Now's producer put this on Twitter. So her neighbors hung like a flyer over here, and it says, I was here once. And it was Gabby. It was a photo of Gabby on a flyer that says, I lived here once, or I was here once. Almost because like the Laundries have effectively forgotten about Gabby, like completely forgotten about Gabby. I don't know how you can forget about Gabby.
All right, I found it. I want to see what she's saying. Okay, all right, I got it. Oh, yeah, this one. So instead of teaching our daughters how not to be, oh, that's right. Katie, I think, was replying to somebody else's comment about I'm not, at least this is the impression I got. Someone had maybe made a comment about teaching our daughters or whatever to see like the red flags, maybe. So she said, instead of teaching our daughters how not to be abused, let's teach our sons not to become abusers. And she's right. We should absolutely be teaching our sons that. We should be teaching our daughters that, though, too. We should be teaching our kids just don't abuse people. But also, like, you're not teaching your kid how to not be abused. You're teaching your kid how to spot abuse and to not tolerate it being treated poorly. You're not teaching them to avoid abuse. I mean, because anyone can fall victim to abuse at any time. But it's important to be able to spot it and to know it and to know that you can and you should leave. So, okay, in response to that, how about in addition to rather than instead? It's never the victim's fault. That's her response. Oh my God. That's A, inaccurate, and B, irrelevant. We should be teaching both our sons and daughters to treat each other well and accept nothing less. In response to that, Katie had tweeted, wait a minute. Victim shaming is gross. It is never the victim's fault. Wow. Where's nowhere is it? It's crazy. Oh. Yeah, the Krista's first comment there was, how about in addition to rather than instead? And that's what started out. Wow, it's crazy. I can't tell which tab is being shared. That one, okay. All right, let me check chat. I remember. Oh. I don't remember who, but someone was saying Katie slammed the door in B's face today or something in her life. I have no idea. Said the ultimate victim blamer. I always feel as if I have read her post before. Yeah. Oh, on Instagram is she started the post about teaching your kids? Okay. She had therapy. All right. So, oh yeah, this one I think.
I don't know how you can act like Gabby doesn't exist. I don't know how you cannot help out a family when their daughter is missing. I don't know how you can pretend like she is non-existent, refer to her homicide as demise. And there are trail cams at Carlton Reserve Park. And I saw someone talking about this like in a Facebook group or on Twitter, and I was like, well, that's interesting. So then I clicked on the link, and it brought me to the trail cams, right? So Brian, they have been spending all these different days in this place, which is, by the way, 25,000 acres. It's so hard, literally impossible to find him there because it's such a vast, it's swampy, and there is so much happening there, and it's just a barrage, right? There's just nonstop, there's animals, there's venomous snakes, it's really hot, there's lots of water, it's unforgiving, it's very rugged, okay? So I noticed on the camera that they had on one of the trails, and I think they have like 11 trail cameras or 12 trail cameras, that one of the cameras had a 1 minute sort of time lapse in the reserve of the different animals that you can see on the trails. And I thought this was interesting because I think it gives you kind of a good understanding of what Brian could be up against if he was there. Yes, this is in the reserve. So this was a time lapse from one of the cams, and I kind of condensed it. So wild pigs, which I guess are really aggressive.
Okay. He's an expert on animals. Oh yeah, this would be funny. Let me check the chat first Could the lawyers for KCB watching her channel for false narratives being put out? Not certain, but I'm sure that is what Casey said. I mean, they can be watching her channel for anything, for watching anyone's channel for any false narrative, I guess. But I'm not sure. Like, there's anything like actionable from it. I don't know. Wait, I don't know. Are you talking about Katie? Because I know like critical case been being discussed here too, and I didn't scroll all the way up, so I could be mistaken. Yeah, that's true. All right. Oh, not TC, or no, sorry, TC, not Casey. Okay. It was Katie then you're talking about. Well, in that case, yeah, I suppose that they would be watching because I mean they're suing her for defamation. So yeah, they would definitely have an interest in seeing if she or possibly establishing a pattern, even if it's not all about Todd in which she produces a pattern. But I was gonna say something, but now I can't remember. All right.
And followers in Florida said that the wild pigs, wild boars are literally the worst. Yeah, I think it's either a cougar or a panther. There's lots of panthers down there. So there's wild pigs that are really aggressive, I guess. And this one has piglets. There's like massively large alligators.
Oh, bye.
There's coyotes, like lots and lots and lots of coyotes. Coyotes are really aggressive, by the way. There's a panther.
Fuck.
There's another panther. Otters. Deer. Deers aren't going to hurt you.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is a deer gonna do?
Deers are like not going to hurt you.
Did she say otters? She did not say otters. Did she?
Do any of you guys live in an area where you have wild turkeys? Like not going to hurt you. Turkeys, deers aren't going to hurt you. There's a panther. There's another panther. Otters.
Fuck you. Otters will not do anything.
Deers aren't going to hurt you.
She's gonna try and blame this on the otters.
Deers are like
son
not
of a
gonna
bitch.
hurt you. Turkeys, wild turkeys. Do any of you guys live in an area where you have wild turkeys? We live in he doesn't go anywhere, he can't go barefoot. I really struggle to believe he's there. Does anyone like
Is she gonna leave us hanging with this turkey story? I mean, come on.
Live where there's wild turkeys? Wild turkeys are aggressive. Wild turkeys are mean. They are so mean. They will charge you. They will like go after you. They are huge too. They do. They chase you. They'll literally chase you. They'll
she's not
try
wrong.
to peck at you. They are so.
Yoo-hoo Shoo says, get kicked by a deer or be poked by their antlers. They can certainly do harm, no doubt. But they don't usually like chase after you to do that. I mean, you kind of have to back them in a corner. Like they're not aggressive animals. So I mean the thought that Brian is in this whole wildlife reserve or whatever, and he gets taken out by a deer. Huh? I died because I would try to pet them all. What? John, what did you name an otter? Yay, otters. I just got a pet otter in an online game. Oh, I named it Harry Otter. Okay. I thought you were going to say that you just got a pet otter in the mail. Yeah, geese are evil. They're more or less though. They're aggressive in the spring when they have young or whatever. I mean, like you can walk by a goose or whatever, geese now, and they won't even pay attention to you. But you go anywhere within like 20 feet of near them, and you even look like you looked in their direction, and they will charge you and try to kill you. They're vicious when you got a sandwich. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I haven't had geese try to attack me over a sandwich yet. Agreed. They are not aggressive as the others. We have one that frequents our front yard and eats petunias. Aw, that's so nice. Hey, Belinda. Okay. I want to hear this turkey story.
So mean. You do not want to see like a flock of wild turkeys.
A flock. It's not a flock. Is it? I don't think so.
But then look at this. They have black bears there too. So
They have bears in Florida? Dude, she's talking about Florida, right? They have fucking bears in Florida? The kind of gentle Canadian geese won't attack you. The fuck it won't. And they will in the spring, and it'll do it with a smile on their face. I was trying to pet this one because, of course, I would. Oh, God. So there's no turkey story. The hell?
panthers. They have deer, which aren't going to hurt you. Deer are like deer are scared of you. Like we have deer where we live. Like there's deer all around.
Are you looking for deer in her room?
If you see a deer here, they just like run away. We have coyotes.
Llama girl's comment. Why is she looking for deer in her room? Oh, God.
Coyotes here. Coyotes are really like you have to watch your dogs and your cats outside here because of coyotes. We have vultures, we have eagles, big birds that will go after game. He's in the swamp where you add all of that, plus panthers, black bears, and venomous snakes.
Venomous snakes.
And I have a hard time believing that he's there. I have such a hard time believing that he's there. Now, Northport police put out this video.
In the chat, VVLCR says, Katie said that the caller told the FBI that not only was laundry at the Paulson's house, but Katie's husband was holding a gun to Katie's head. I was surprised to find out there are bears in Connecticut. Well, Connecticut I could see, but Florida? I don't know. Did she really say that? I mean, I thought that there was like maybe just like kind of rumor that she included that. I didn't hear her say that, but I didn't like super listen or whatever. I didn't go through any transcripts or anything though yet either. I don't even know if her videos have transcripts yet. Teddy bears. It's interesting.
Today, kind of clapping back about the
Gaggle, thank you.
They say they have intelligence for why they're there, and they are following their leads. I have watched multiple videos or interviews with former FBI agents.
Yeah, she said that. Okay.
And my guess is this. They have to follow the leads, right? They have to follow the leads. They are the FBI, so they have to be very meticulous. If they're not thorough and they don't uncover every stone and do as much as they can in one area, they could be accused of not looking hard enough. So they have to exhaust it with all their options before they're going to abandon it, right? And that's kind of what the FBI's former agents have been saying in interviews, like that they're going to do their due diligence because they had the lead that he's there, but then at some point they will, if they don't find him, have to move on.
Wow, that's crazy. So, she said it, okay, and maybe in the comments it sounds like, okay. Yeah, I don't like the layered necklace look either. I don't like it on anyone though, really. She said it on the video where her neighbor came into the chat. I gotta watch it. Yeah, and we know New Zealand is like literally like heaven on earth or some shit. I mean, it was blessed by all the things that don't want to kill you, and then all the things that want to kill you were like shit out over in Australia. Yeah, I want to go to New Zealand too. All right. Oh, duh.
Me about this whole situation is that he's taking resources. Yes, this is it exactly. He's taking resources from ones and leaving others open. And if you are someone in this area and you have something happen to you, they don't have the resources to help you. If you had detectives working a case for your loved one, maybe your loved one also was harmed, it's taking the resources away from those cases.
Okay, but that wouldn't. What she's saying is she's trying to say that the elite always get the best of everything, get what they want, but they're not paying for this search. The taxpayers are. She herself has said that. So how is that a different treatment than others? I mean, yeah, for granted, there may not be a national manhunt going on for someone who is thought to be the killer of you. I don't know, or your loved one, but I mean, I don't know. Just it's not a. It's only a different of treatment or different levels of like response or of treatment or whatever. If you're paying for one, and the other one, no one else can afford.
And that's the unfortunate problem. It's frustrating. It's frustrating.
That happens all the time with her videos. I think she's done, and it's just her being quiet.
So now, who the heck is his lawyer, and what sort of background does he have? I don't know. He's in New York. So they also the lawyers are trying to justify the search too. So the public is starting to get unruly about the search. They're starting to feel like, all right, you guys, how much longer are you going to be there? This is a wild goose chase. And so now the family starts putting out this. The Laundrie family attorney, Steven, says that Brian left the house on Tuesday without his wallet or cell phone. He says the parents were concerned he might hurt himself. Did you guys notice? I don't know if you guys watched the weather for the day that he supposedly disappeared. It was raining. It was raining.
So
at Brian's
it's Florida
house that afternoon, like pouring.
It's Florida. I'm willing to bet that it rains there a fuck ton. I'm pretty sure that Floridians they kind of know how to deal with the rain by now. I don't.
Why would he go for a walk and meditate in the pouring rain at this park reserve?
Probably because the rain's got to stop sometime, and probably in Florida, it's probably going to stop in like an hour. And this is just coming out off of summer in Florida. Like, the first time I went to Florida, I stayed in Tampa, and I went in the summertime. I was there for like 2 weeks, and it was amazing how every single day there was huge thunderstorms every day. I loved it. Oh, it was awesome. So, I mean, it's Florida. There's a lot of rain. It does eventually stop. I went to Florida for 2 weeks, and it rained at 3 p.m. every day. Was amazing. Yeah. It was like when I was there, it was in the summertime, so it was like as the day was like going into dusk or into evening, that's when the storms were coming. I know she thinks she's a detective, so she's looking up the weather for that day. Oh, how cute. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The phrase is, oh, bless her heart.
But again, I'm not here to make sense of anything, I guess. So that part of it confused me. Next, I did some digging for you guys, and his case was opened. So now that he has a federal indictment, his criminal case is open for the public to view the records. And because I do this for work for my other jobs,
oh my God,
I pulled some of those documents for y'all. So they had this document that came out, which is it's a motion for detention. So it says that the United States moves for pretrial detention of the defendant. Eligibility of the case. The case is eligible for detention order because this case involves the following: serious risk the defendant will flee, you think, and serious risk of obstruction of justice.
Look at how excited she is about this.
They're already implying that he has obstructed justice. I'm just saying. And then maybe the people around him would obstruct justice. Reasons for detention: the court should detain the defendant because there is no conditions of release which will reasonably assure the defendant's appearance as required and safety of any other person and the community. So they are deeming him a serious flight risk, completely unable, and they don't trust him or anyone around him not to obstruct justice. And it says that rebuttal presumptive, the United States will invoke the rebuttal presumptive against the defendant under this and time of detention hearing. So basically, they're requesting that as soon as they do arrest him, that he is detained. No bond, no release due to the flight risk.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. The firewood then. I didn't even catch that. Good eye. Damn it. Okay. All right, so the firewood then had sent me the screenshot. And I want to hide that part of it before I share it. Okay. So it says, this is what she had put up on Instagram. Gabby announces his daughter's funeral. It sounds like she's saying that Gabby announces the daughter's funeral. I mean, that's just, wow. That's unbelievable. It's just, I mean, we all make typos, whatever. We all make mistakes. I get it. So, I mean, if she made the mistake, is oh shit, and then went and corrected it, I wouldn't even be a second thought. But yeah, I'm betting it's still up. I'm seriously betting it's still up. All right, where am I? Okay, let me check chat real quick. Don't be blessing her heart. We do not bless Katie Joy's heart. You Southern would not approve. Okay. I meant, that's how I meant to, like, the Southern people, it's like their smart ass, clever way of saying, go fuck yourself. Oh, bless your heart. It's not a typo. She's careless. Yeah. Her other jar. No, I have no idea what you're talking about, Kayla. Her other jar. Their statuette readings. She shared it, but then she said it, like that last line there that's what she typed out. The part that I was calling attention to. Oh, job. Her other job. Oh, I didn't even hear that. Okay.
It doesn't make any sense to me. But again, I'm not here to make sense of anything, I guess. So that part of it confused me. Next, I did some digging for you guys, and his case was opened. So now that he has a federal indictment, his criminal case is open for the public to view the records. And because I do this for work for my other jobs, I pulled some of those documents for y'all. So they had this document that came out, which is a, let's see if I can, it's a motion for detention. So it says that the United States moves for pretrial detention of the defendant. Eligibility of the case. The case is eligible for detention order because this case involves the following: serious risk the defendant will flee, you think, and serious risk of obstruction of justice. They're already implying that he has obstructed justice. I'm just saying. And then maybe the people around him would obstruct justice. Reasons for detention: the court should detain the defendant because there is no conditions of release which will reasonably assure the defendant's appearance as required and safety of any other person and the community.
Did I miss
So
it?
they are deeming him a serious flight risk, completely unable, and they don't trust him or anyone around him not to obstruct justice. And it says that rebuttal presumptive, the United States will not invoke the rebuttal presumptive against the defendant under this and time of detention hearing. So basically they're requesting that as soon as they do arrest him, that he is detained. No bond, no release due to the flight risk.
Wow. I still missed it. I'll be able to pick it up though when I'll listen to it again later. I I might have had a little bit of shrooms earlier, so there might be affecting my concentration. We'll say. Mm-hmm. She states that she started in true crime as well to her new get out. It's right after she pulled up the document. All right.
Public to view the records. And because I do this for work for my other jobs,
for her other jobs. She even said plural. What other jobs? She really makes me nuts. I studied law and worked in a courtroom for many years, and she acts like she knows what the hell she is talking about. And she has no clue. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay.
He is already a flight risk, but they don't have him yet. And then once they have him, they have to have a reason to keep him. So they have to request to the court that he not be let go. All right. So we do not entertain questions about things that are going on in our business that are not relevant and that are distractions, just so you guys know. So thank you guys for keeping Brenda on topic. Brenda has left the building. Okay. So the other thing that he doesn't have his card, he doesn't have his okay, so he doesn't have a credit card, he doesn't have a wallet, and he doesn't have his wallet or phone. He's about to go off the grid, and if he is about to leave and flee, he's not going to take his phone, because cell phones ping, right? Cell phones ping, and they can be located, and as soon as someone gets a search warrant, they can start tracking it. So if he's on the run, he's going to be using burner phones. He would also could have taken out a boatload of cash. They can look at his parents to see if they like took out a bunch of cash ahead of time. He could have even have the cards that are prepaid. There's a lot of ways that they can get around this. If they were, not every ATM has like a camera, and not all, like some of them do.
What? Some of them do? When was the last time she was at an ATM, or like 100 ATM? I mean, they've had cameras ever since I can remember. Like all of them. And maybe there's like 5 throughout the entire country that doesn't have a camera or something. But I'm willing to bet that it's because the camera is like on the only entrance and exit door there for the little boxed up room. She's crazy.
could be carrying cash. He could be meeting up with people,
Yeah.
getting them cash. But
this I did notice when I was watching one of Llama Girl's clips earlier. It wasn't this one, it was a different clip though. She like twice throughout it, she said they, like who's they? Like who's the other people that make it a they?
if he's going on the run, of course he's not going to have his wallet. He would never take his wallet because he doesn't want to have his ID on him. The last thing that he's going to want if he gets stopped is to have his ID that tells the U.S. Marshal or the police officer stopping him that he's Brian Laundrie. So he's not going to want to have his IDs on that at all. I doubt his parents are in contact with him now per se, but they know where he is for sure.
Is she quiet?
Tampa Bay Area has offered $20,000 award. Yes, we talked about that last night. So there is an attorney that offered a really big reward for all of this. That is 100% true. So, I honestly don't think that there is going to be any. Thank you, Angie. I don't think they're using crypto because they're not going to be using technology. Everyone that is like talked about this, he's not going to be using any technology. He's going to be using cash, prepaid cards, burner phones, all of that. So I really highly doubt that he's going to be using any forms of like crypto. Plus he's not. And then because of that, it's very unlikely that he's using social media right now. So I don't think that he's escaped the country. I don't think he's escaped the country. I think everyone that looks like Brian right now is getting totally bamboozled, and every single person that is balding and 5'8" is being accused of being Brian. So
just like every car owner in Florida named Gina was probably accused of working with Brian or knowing Brian. I mean,
I don't think that's his photo that's in Toronto. I think it doesn't look anything like him. I think the guy.
I should probably write about that. I haven't seen the photo though. Where am I trying to post something up? I showed the screenshot earlier. I'm not going to pull it up again, but I just wanted to read something. That where is it? Reagan had wrote this with their screenshot. The goal of the swatter is to call in a dangerous threat, resulting in police storming the victim's home, leading to the death. She was quoting Katie when she wrote that. And then Reagan says, just think, this is what her nonsensical and batshit mind thought happened to her last weekend. It's true. I would go a little bit further, though, and say that it's not so much what she thought happened to her last weekend, but it's what she wants to happen to her, like any weekend. Like, that's what she wants to be, that victim. It's crazy. I saw some questions in chat. She even changed her YouTube bio to add true crime. Oh, she did not. To add true crime for her new subs. Oh, my God. What an idiot. Hey, Sue Elliott. Where is it? I saw another question I thought. Oh, you hit black bears in South Louisiana? Okay. Oh, I haven't been live for too long, I don't think, since I guess a little bit longer. I don't know, hour and a half. Oh, okay. Wait, can somebody explain about the lady that Katie put info out on. Oh, you mean the Gina person? Katie, apparently Florida has a system that's it's accessible by the public. You can type in like any license plate and it'll just come back with the registrant's number, info, address, number, maybe, I don't know, but name and address anyways. So Katie used the system, but she put the license plate in wrong. So she was saying that she was saying that, I don't know, it was the plates must be stolen because they're listed as belonging to a truck or something. And then she says that, oh, my bad, my mistake. I put it in wrong. And then she said it's coming back as Gina so and so is the owner. It turns out no, that's not what happened. I think she got it wrong again. Oh yeah, I saw that she's calling out the police department that pulled them over. And what were they supposed to do? I mean, they could have arrested both of them, sure, but I mean, you can't. Cops can't go around arresting everyone because of some crazy off chance that, I don't know, just something might happen weeks later after they let them go. Later on in one of the clips, she almost blames Gabby for staying in an abusive relationship, and she stopped herself super quick. But you can hear the victim like, yeah, I don't doubt it. All right.
He's way too hairy, and his beard has a completely different line. He has gaps in his hairline. Brian does not. I've not seen a single photo where I'm like, that's Brian. Like, no. The Toronto photo, no way. His nose was way bigger than Brian's. And there's just, Canada right now has really strict requirements. Like, you have to prove that you're vaccinated, and Mexico would be easier, but that would be also hard too.
What?
If he's going to cross a border, then he would also have to have a passport, and he's not going to use his current passport. So he would have to have an illegal passport, right? So he'd have to be using somebody else's passport. He might be using somebody else's ID right now too. He did not make an Instagram story. There's a lot of fake accounts. There's so many fake accounts. There's so many fake accounts right now. There's this video of him on the water. You guys, when you go live on Instagram, it has your name in the corner. I have not seen a single video that shows that he went live that shows his name on there. It's just this like blank screen of him in the water. There's a lot of people right now that are putting out and creating. There was a fake Facebook page that was put out that was putting out Facebook stories today. Wasn't real. I just can't see someone that's on the run like this, that's off the grid, that's going to be dumb enough to start utilizing any form of social media at this point in time.
Sure they will.
That's just my opinion.
In fact, I would even argue say that that's how they're going to stay reprised of the situation is through social media. However, they would be incredibly stupid to use social media as the same name and or account that they were using previously before they were wanted. But yet they're still going to use it. I don't, okay. Maybe that's why it was. Yeah, because she flew up and measured his nose. Okay. What Mermaid in the I gotta check that out. Mermaid in the ICU says, I saw a few minutes of her live last night and she was calling them out, and people in her chat were saying the anchors were probably abusers, and she left, putting the comments on screen. Wait a minute, no, are you talking about? You're not talking about Katie, are you? All right, I'm gonna play the next clip. Oh, I sent a screenshot to you via email. Yeah, sure, I'll pull it up. Let me start the next clip and then I'll pull it up.
Well, a body is technically remains once the individual is deceased, and she was it was 3 to 4 weeks. So there's decomposition that happens. It's certainly not going to be an open casket. My guess is that she was probably going to be cremated.
She did not just say that.
There's decomposition that happens. It's certainly not going to be an open casket. My guess is that she was probably going to be cremated. Her best friend was not there. Her best friend was working. She worked a double shift that day. Her best friend has said repeatedly that Gabby never responded to her, so they never met up, and she was at home working. I think the swamp search is a distraction to throw off Brian and make him feel safe where he is. It could be. I mean, they can't abandon a search just because it's annoying or they're not getting the results that they want. They're going to be as thorough as possible, I think.
Unless Katie thinks it's a waste of time, then they should call it off right away and just save their money for someone that she deems more worthy of the search. Ridiculous. I want to pull this up though real quick. Someone sent me this. And I think I did see this posted somewhere. Where am I? Email. Make sure. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so I guess this is a comment, a theory that's being considered or whatever. You do not need any of those things when your parents commit you to a mental health facility, coached by a lawyer. HIPAA laws. I worry about this person though who typed it out, explaining HIPAA laws to anyone, because that's not how you spell HIPAA. HIPAA laws applies so no one can divulge. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the hospital is legally required to tell the police, or whatever, the FBI, that the person they're looking for is there. They don't have to release them necessarily. They don't have to let them in to talk to them or whatever. They don't have to give any specifics of this person's care or ailments, but pretty sure that they're kind of legally obligated to tell the FBI when there's a manhunt going on that the person they're looking for is there. Otherwise, it could be seen or viewed as covering up a crime. So no one can divulge. Brian's the only other problem I see with that is that even if the professionals were legally obligated to not share this information, there's a lot of other people who work in a hospital that don't have this strong legal obligation applied to them with consequences of any kind of magnitude, really. They would most certainly sell that information, I think. Brian is out of the public, no harm, and he's not a harm to himself. No worries for the parents, and a great start for any further legal charges. That's true. That is very true. Essentially, he pulled a Lori Dayball chess play. The 3-day drive of his parents was his committal, not a camping escape trip to another series of events uncontrolled. I think that you may be on that comment, maybe onto something there. I do think that maybe not committal, but I do think that the purpose of that trip was to set Brian up in some manner somewhere, or to set him up to get him on his way out somewhere. I don't know. Let me check chat. Yeah, no, there's no statute of limitations on murder. I believe that's the case federally and every state. Wow, she knows all about her best friend. Yeah, I'm really interested. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that again. Mermaid in the ICU. When she was talking about finding the body, she kept referring to the body as it, not she, not remains it. Wait, what? I believe that's why he hasn't been charged with murder yet. In the event he did flee to Canada, he can be extradited back to the US for fraud without any problems. Hmm. Wait a minute. I don't think that they charged him with murder yet because there's nothing to suggest that he's the one responsible. The federal, I mean, I hate to say the federal government especially isn't going to make the mistake. I like to think that any law agency or whatever is not going to make the mistake, but the federal government, I mean, they've been doing this a long time. So, I mean, I think that first they have to wait for the autopsy to be fully done. And for there to that part of the investigation be concluded to determine without a doubt that the person in question was in fact murdered. Um, that isn't complete yet. So I would think that they're kind of waiting on that more. And then they need more they need more they need more answers before they are going to charge him. I mean, they can charge him, I think, with being maybe responsible for her disappearance, maybe illegally moving or transporting a body or something. But I mean, to charge him with murder, they need more than just what they have. Yeah, they can only try once. That's very true. Why rush? Build her. Yep. Solidify the. Yeah, that's. I think. Yeah. True crime channel Natasha was alluding to the fact Gabby was shot. Okay. I hadn't heard anything about. I mean, I heard manner of death, but I didn't hear anything about cause of death yet. I'm also not following the case like crazy close either. So. Karen counts. Oh my God, that's so true. That's going to be funny. The true crime community will chew her up and spit her out. Let me tell you something. I thought that I pretty much knew some crazy ass people in my life. Then I got on social media and especially like the whole vaccine community, and I got to know anti-vaxxers. Then I was blown away. I thought surely I know the craziest of the crazy now, right? No, then I got onto Twitter and YouTube and the drama community, and let me tell you something. All us bitches in this community, we're all fucking crazy, okay? Beyond crazy, some of us, me especially. But that was like, surely there can't be anyone more crazier than this community. Then I was introduced to the true crime community. And I'm afraid to look any further, so I'm not going to look anymore. But yeah, the true crime community will absolutely just, chew her up, spit her out. Actually, that may be the one, I don't know, maybe there's one community that can actually make a difference. Yeah, fire within. I think that's true too. They just want to get him into custody first. That's why the credit card fraud charge now, murder charge later. Also, too, will Canada? I mean, because we have the death penalty here in the United States. Will Canada, like, if he were to be picked up in Canada, would they approve extradition over, knowing that the death penalty could be? I'm pretty sure that they won't just hand someone over to possibly die. In this way, without the murder charge, then there's, if it's just fraud, that's not death penalty offense. So, yeah, exactly, Tammy. I just believe there are a lot of details that haven't been released yet. That's true. Of course, I mean, if they know what they're doing, they shouldn't be releasing it all. There is no cause yet, just manner. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, it could take 3 weeks for toxicology. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what they do to make it take so long, but yeah. No, they won't. Canada. I'm guessing you're answering my question. They won't allow extradition or hand someone over. Okay. You should meet the witchy community. Talk about crazy. Well, see, I'm guessing the witchy community. I'm guessing that's like a lot of smoke, no fire, maybe. Like because I mean, sorry, like writing spells or whatever. I mean, that's what I picked at Wicca. That's the community in which I'm picturing because, like, maybe 25 years ago, I kind of dabbled in that community in real life, though. So I want to say that though that was like for the most part kind of a little bit pretend. At least it was from my experience. The true crime community, though, nah, they're not pretending. They fucked up. His theory was Gabby was okay. All right, I'm gonna go to the next clip. Oh, wait, I gotta switch over. All right, that one I played.
The camper was searched by the FBI on the day he was not in there. Oh, my son has to go to bed, so now I have 0 mods. All right. He does have tattoos on his hands and on his arms that I know of. You do an amazing job. This is my favorite channel. Oh, how many of you guys are new? This is a channel that covers a lot of different topics. I've always had a hard time committing to one genre. I do some reality television. We do some fun gossip. We do Duggars. I took a really long break from true crime. I used to, when I was writing, that's what I focused on was crime. And it was very exhausting to constantly cover crime. And you'll probably see videos of me saying that I don't do true crime because I didn't think that I was going to go back into true crime or that I would stay on true crime.
Fuck?
But I realized that no matter what I do, I always find myself covering cases around court situations because I like to analyze.
Oh my God.
Cases. I like to analyze crime.
Oh my God.
That doesn't mean that I'm a true crime channel, but I've definitely covered quite a bit of crime cases over the years. And I guess I've changed my mind and flip-flopped on things in the past.
What did I just hear?
You watched me, on Frenemies? Oh my gosh, I think he called me a stalker or something, which wasn't true.
I gotta look at this on YouTube with the comments.
Thank you for being here, Justin the Gamer Dude. Welcome. So glad to have you. You know, the interesting thing about this case is I've seen a lot more guys in my chat, which is neat.
Wow. What the fuck was that? Yeah, court type situations. What the hell is she talking about? Oh my God. Fuck. All right, I know where it is. Okay. Wait a minute. All right, shit. All right, I think I know which one I wrote about it. I can't remember which blog post it was. All right, I guess maybe it was the first one. Always a victim, never to blame. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Wait, that's not the one she wrote, though. There we go. So, yeah, this is her covering true crime, like for real. Let me share screen. Okay, so yeah, this is her covering true crime in 2018. Mother murders her autistic daughter by drowning her, whatever. I'm not reading all the details. But what I want to do is point out her coverage here. Right. The descriptions given by witnesses highlight a mother in distress. We don't know the full details of the motive behind the whatever. Hopefully, authorities will uncover why the mother did this to her child. She's facing a lengthy prison term if found guilty. Florida is a death penalty state, but there has been no word if prosecutors will seek the death penalty. If you are a caregiver of a child with a disability and are feeling burnt out, that's right. She wrote about burnout, like caregivers burn out throughout the entire thing. Please seek professional help. The CDC recommends caregivers do whatever. What shocks me the most about this story is the callousness of the mother. She took a screaming, okay. Investigators did share that CPS previously opened a case on the mother for failure to supervise her child. However, the case had been closed with no finding of maltreatment. Wait, sorry, she wrote about this story more than once. I was going to say this. She comes right out and she says that. Where is... Yeah. After stories of kids. Okay. I know I put the links in here. Must be somewhere else in the article. Oh yeah, I want to share that part. This I find very telling. Okay, so this is this is the blog post I wrote. I think it was in 2020. But here, threats of calls to CPS. It's because I'm referencing, I think, a post. Oh, her GoFundMe. That's right. Okay, which she wrote in her GoFundMe about section, whatever. The attacks have resulted in cops being called on us. Our neighbors contacted. Threats of calls to CPS. Threats of calls, not actual calls. Okay, this was what, in 2020? This was right after, I don't know, it's like May or June or something. So she never had CPS call on her before then. Just threats of calls. I think that's an important thing to point out. But I want to find. Oh, all right, I'm going to play another clip while I look.
Which is neat because I have a heavy demographic of women that follow me. So it's been kind of cool to see some more guys in the chat, for sure.
Oh,
The Turpin kids are the family that had the children that were like being chained to beds, and they were being severely neglected and abused by their parents. They weren't letting their kids move out. There was like 13 or 12 of them. Luis and I can't remember what the dad's name is. They're serving life in prison. Some of their kids were like in their late 20s and they were not allowed to leave the house. Basically like the super horrible story. I don't know. They haven't talked about who's been questioned and who hasn't.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know. Tipster doesn't like me. You can't please everyone, right?
It's funny.
I prefer not to get into it with other YouTubers these days. I try to spend the most of my time just focusing on myself. And that's really what I'm going to be doing moving forward. But if he doesn't like me, that's fine. He doesn't have to like me. And it's been neat to see his channel growing. So that's cool. Well, thank you for subscribing.
Okay, which one am I sharing? Hers. Oh, wait, I gotta share the right one though. Okay. So it wasn't the article that I just showed you, but it's the same crime or same case. This is the one she wrote the next day. She explains how I guess CPS had been called into the home or whatever, and everyone kept saying how the mother was always tired all the time, whatever. So then, despite the concerns about the initial report, investigators were unable to uncover evidence of neglect or abuse. so the case was officially closed. As bystanders to the case, it is easy to point fingers at the failure of CPS. However, the investigation appeared to be thorough. The mother told investigators everything they needed to hear. My primary concern in details of this case is the lack of attention to the well-being of the mother. So this is how she covered true crime, y'all. Here's a case of a mother who killed her autistic child. And Katie's primary concern in the details is the lack of attention to the well-being of the mother. Anytime a child is diagnosed with a disability, there is a period of adjustment for families. Most parents struggle in the beginning to understand the disability. Many mothers go through a period of grieving as they attempt to make sense of the new reality. Yes, grieving, though, does not... This isn't grieving. Grieving does not look like this. For many parents, this period can create extra stress and anxiety. I don't doubt that one bit. But the extra stress and anxiety does not cause people to go and harm their child like this. I went through this last year after my son's autism diagnosis. I haven't read this article in a while. Wow. We struggled to understand what this meant for his future. Additionally, the number of therapy sessions experts recommended overwhelmed me. Luckily, I had an excellent support system in place with my husband and family. Even with the support I had, I still struggled to manage the change in our lives. I struggled with severe anxiety, insomnia, and panic attacks. When my family, friends, and husband noticed me struggling, several recommended I seek professional help. I found a therapist. She wasn't already in therapy then? I thought she was. I found a therapist to help me work through my feelings, understand my grief, and problem solve ways to move forward. Through my therapy, I received proper coping strategies. Is she trying to say that this mother just wouldn't have harmed her child in this manner if she just learned proper coping strategies? I mean, that's though not untrue. I think it's a grossly simplified way of putting it. My therapist was able to accurately diagnose and treat the anxiety and panic disorders I experienced. Knowing how much therapy and medications helped me, I'm most surprised there is no reference to the mental health of the mother. The initial report said she appeared to sleep more than average. They also said she seemed overwhelmed and lacking the maturity to deal with the disabilities of her daughter. That may all be true. Anytime I hear that someone is sleeping too much, I immediately think of depression. That's how she covered true crime, guys. I don't know. I can't get over it. There's other articles too that she writes, and I don't know why, but there's some that she just seems to go out of her way to almost excuse and forgive the parents for doing something horrible. Others, though, she comes at with a vengeance. I don't get it. But yeah, that's how she covered true crime.
I started watching because of Duggars, but I continue watching because you do such a great job. Well, thank you. I like to cover a variety of topics. The Turpins, I think, weren't they in California? I'm trying to stay out of the noise. My life is a lot easier when I stay out of the noise. They will hurt you so bad. Who will? Paris, California. Yes, that's where it was. Thank you for the reminder. The Turpins were in California, correct. I don't have anything against these people anymore. Like, I want every creator on YouTube to be successful. That's what I think. I think every creator should be
Oh God, here we go.
I
That
think that every person should just make their content. I think
I really want everyone to just do well.
so much value in different voices, and everybody has a different personality. And I feel like viewers can have an opportunity to choose who they want to watch. And I think that's the super fun part about YouTube, is that you can find someone that you identify with and you go to that person and you can watch their content. And that's what I think is neat. I think everyone has like someone that speaks to them and they enjoy their content. That's kind of how I see it.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I do. I have a really good crew of people that love me. You're right, Naza. So true. I don't know if Anna had her baby yet. Happy birthday, Lindsay. Sorry, did I miss someone's birthday?
It wasn't.
Your daughter is 9 and does her own content?
I was going to say, tell me if that was for Lindsay Chrisley. That'd be hilarious.
True Crime with Natasha, good source for news facts about cases and lost kids and DV cases, doing a good job with the Gabby case. All right, check out True Crime with Natasha. I've actually had quite a few people bring her up. I didn't even know who she was, but I guess that's a channel that some people enjoy. So if she's a true crime person, check her out.
And just like that,
sharing quite a few more missing posters. So
and just like that, I think we just met the new Leslie Bass.
I heard you guys, and I understand there's so many people that are missing, and there's been a really healthy dialogue that's come into play about why certain cases get more attention than other cases. And so I have been spending time in my mornings going through various missing persons like Facebook pages and checking out Twitter for different missing persons on missing people's tags. So I have been sharing more posters on my Instagram and on my Facebook to help spread the word about other cases that are out there. There was one case yesterday, Jelani Day. He had been missing for quite a bit of time, and his mother had come out publicly and said that her son's case wasn't getting the attention that Gabby's was. And then suddenly they were able to connect the DNA of a body that was recovered in a river that was his. So they have found him now. So it's a sad ending for his mother. He was on his way to becoming a doctor. Incredibly tragic story.
All right. I just looked up her birthday. She was born September 17th. So I don't think her birthday was on the day that, I don't think that's who they were referring to, but her birthday was just a few days ago, like a week ago. Wow.
Lots of crazy stuff going on, correct. If Josh were to take a plea deal, Josh would get probably a 10-year plea deal. That's what the prosecutors have already said.
Wait, what? All right, chat is Kayla says in chat says, you see someone else put on their community tab that Katie stole Fox News' missing wanted persons poster and put her name on it. Is that get it out there, guys? I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that. I don't know. If anyone knows about that, can you send me a screenshot? You can either email it or send me on Twitter. Here's my Twitter. An email.
Already said that he's basically eligible for 25 years in prison. I'm not going to be commenting any further about any of this. To be honest, I don't find it serves me, and it's just unfortunately a distraction. So again, I'm just going to wish the best to everyone and hope they have a wonderful life. Josh is the devil, she says. Yes. All right, you guys. So we are at an hour. I have lost my mods for the night, and yeah.
Mods.
The plea deal was, they said
that was one mod
to it, but it was going to be around 10 years, I think they said. Yeah. So with plea deals with the government, you have mandatory minimums you have to do. So generally, if you take a plea, you have to take a plea. So you're going to do like 90% of that. All right, we're at the hour mark, so I'm going to get this one off. I want to thank you guys all for your super chats tonight, you joining. For all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I am so appreciative of everyone that's here, that is positive, that has healthy conversations. Never send hate to any of the people that we talk about. Don't send hate to other creators.
Am I muted? No, okay. Here it says, what was she referring to there? I'm not sure what part you're asking about. She shared that missing poster after he was found. I don't know. Let me rewind it.
My mods for the night, and yeah, the plea deal was, they said they wouldn't commit to it, but it was going to be around 10 years, I think they said. Yeah. So with plea deals with the government, you have mandatory minimums you have to do. So generally, if you take a plea, you have to take a plea. So
what?
You're going to do like 90% of that. All right, we're at the hour mark, so I'm going to get this one off. I want to thank you guys all for your super chats tonight, you joining. For all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I am so appreciative of everyone that's here, that is positive, that...
Yeah, no, I knew she was wrong, but I wanted to double check it.
Never send hate.
She's talking about mandatory minimums. She says, what 90% of, I forget how she worded it, but that's not what they are. Like, mandatory minimum sentencing, really? Fucking Bing. Mandatory minimum sentencing laws force a judge to hand down a minimum prison sentence. All right, no, that's not what the one I just was reading. All right, motherfucker. I swear to God, I hate this. I hate this shit. Okay, anyways, there are laws that state that a person cannot be sentenced for less years than the mandatory minimum. So, like, if someone was arrested for drug charges, okay, and the they have it. There has a mandatory minimum of 2 years. Well, then the judge cannot then sentence them to 1 year. It has to be 2 years or more. Like that's a mandatory minimum. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. That's the last one. No.
Make sure that you do. There will be more Josh Duggar filings. I've got 3 more that I have to go through. I might do a live stream where we go through the court filings, kind of like we did a couple weeks ago. And then next week,
Oh, she's no longer getting involved. Okay, I'll look at. I'll check it out.
We're gonna learn a lot next week about what comes up with Josh's case, and is the case gonna get thrown out?
Yeah, John, she did say that.
Out? Are they gonna laugh at him?
Let me go back down.
Any of the people that we talk about, don't send. You're gonna do like 90% of that.
No longer getting involved.
We're at the hour mark, so I'm gonna get this one off. I want to thank you guys all for your super chats tonight, you joining, for all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. I am so appreciative of everyone that's here, that is positive, that has healthy conversations. Never send hate to any of the people that we talk about. Don't send hate to other creators. Don't feel like you need to send hate on my behalf to anyone that says anything about me. I just tell people, I ignore it. You ignore it. Oh. It's the internet. There's always someone mad at the internet. There's always someone on the internet that's mad at somebody on the internet, right?
Damn it. Where'd it go? Shit. Which one was it? It was this one, right?
On the internet that's mad at somebody on the internet, right? It's like, if someone wasn't mad on the internet, what would the internet even be?
Kittens. It'd be cats. It'd be a bunch of cats. I didn't catch where she said this.
Is basically eligible for 25 years in prison. I'm not going to be commenting any further about any of this, to be honest. I don't find it serves me, and it's just unfortunately a distraction. So again, I'm just going to wish the best.
Hey, Christy. Good morning.
They have a wonderful life. Josh is the devil, she says.
Is that clever?
So we are at, and take a plea deal. The judge already said that he's basically eligible for 25 years in prison. I'm not going to be commenting any further about any of this, to be honest. I don't find it serves me, and it's just unfortunately a distraction. So again, I'm just going to wish the best to everyone and hope they have a wonderful life.
What she's talking about there is, I guess someone in the chat asked her about Todd Chrisley. I don't know what the question was, but it was her response.
Who knows? All right, you guys. Bye.
That's the last one, huh? Yep, that's it.
All right, so please.
Oh my God, go away. Okay. Wow, this light's bright. Oh, check Twitter. That's right. Okay. And oh wow, There's a lot of screenshots in here. Holy shit, you sent me a bunch of them on the 17th too. I'm sorry, I didn't even see these. All right, let me go down here and see these. Oh, that's what people were talking about. So did she make the have you seen him posters for Brian? Please share this, get this out wide. Oh, where am I going? Oh, wrong browser. I asked her about tattooing her, yeah. I have no idea what that is. Okay, insinuating why Walt was affiliated with the laundry. And she put her ad on it, like, yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that, did she? Oh, she did. Yeah, and without a crystal ball. Well, at least she put the FBI's phone number down. I mean, that was awfully kind of her. Yeah, she tagged it as her meme by doing. Wow, that's weird. KJ and Puny. Oh, how, I like that. It's all right. You know how there's like Tomcat years ago or Benifer or whatever? What would Katie's and Uni's name be? I might have to think on this one. I don't know. She definitely knows the FBI's number by heart. I don't know what parody video of Uni. I mean, I've seen several, but I haven't seen one recently besides that media one. Beauty killer. Unicat. It's pretty good actually. Punk. Oh, Punic liar. Or is it punk liar? I can't. My glasses are on, but I have the light dimmed down. Otherwise, my face glows, so I can't see that well. Yeah, Punic liar. All right. All right. Cool. Thank you, Karen. I don't think you can post links in the chat, so you'll have to just send me the link, I think, or tell me the name of it, whatever. All right. Oh, that's right. Oh, this ought to be interesting. I'm gonna have to scroll through the transcript on this one later. Puny? Yeah. Junk. It's a stretch. Stretching it out here, but the J from joy and uni rock, the un and it junk. I'm stretching. I know. I'm trying to make it fit. My little puny. Okay, it's the second one. Okay. All right, so what are they talking about though? All right, so there's two images here. He's sympathetic because he's probably a wife beater himself. I don't know who that's talking about though. Oh, well, from WFLA. Okay, that's who they're talking about? Wow, that's some fucked up shit. Why? The news anchor, I mean, like, everyone's been loving on him, I thought. Like, what? Aren't there, like, some Floridians or whatever who are calling him Big Daddy or some shit like that? News Daddy. News Daddy, that's what it was. Why is she, like, why are people, like, in her chat hating on him? JKJ declassified as her channel. Did I spell that wrong? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting any channels under that name. Type in uni has something to say. Okay. Okay, now I got her channel. Okay. Okay, so she did. She has parodies of Katie. The video parody uni. Okay. All right. Do you think she'd mind if I played one? I won't play anymore without permission, but I'm going to check this out. This is JKJ Declassified. Unirock. This is a cult, part 1 of 69.
On today's episode of This is a Cult, I have inside information that Steve, or known as Steve the Crazy, has a sex cult. What was that? And he's being countersued by Katie Joy for $100,000. Well, he must have done something really horrible to her, probably sexually harassed her for 7 years. Well, we're going to have to do a deep dive into this on my 69-part series of This is a Cult.
It's funny. I like the, what's it called, busy or whatever? I never understood busy. Am I the only one? Like, you don't see it, right? What is busy? I mean, is it a cartoon? Is it real? Is it just, I don't know, a fucking doodle on a page? What is it? Like, I just want to know. Where am I? Okay, we're here. It's busy, the crackhead bread. Oh, crackhead bread. All right. Why crackhead bread? Why is the bread a crackhead? See, I would think that the bread was, I don't know. I would think that the bread was more into shrooms, really. Because, I mean, most of the bread I see has mold on it. All right, not most. So, she has way better videos than that. Well, I thought that one was pretty good. I am going to wrap this up, though, because it's late. And I think, yeah, the sun's coming up. The sun's been probably coming up from the looks of it. So I'm going to get some sleep because I do have to work tonight. So he lives in Uni's mind. Yeah, that's why I mean, like, even if it was a figment of his imagination, what form, which shape is busy? But okay, crackhead bread, that answers my question. It is annoying. Busy is very annoying. All right, guys. I'm going to take off, though. I have to work tonight, so tonight is Saturday, right? Yeah, I have to work tonight. So tomorrow I'll be out around, I'm sure. So, okay. Bye.